more DVDs. Ahoy everybody, and welcome to the next part of a look at my DVD collection. Previous parts available on the playlist, just my general film and TV DVDs, going through the collection, showing you them, telling you a little bit about them. First up on this video, we have Mission Impossible 2. I love the Mission Impossible films, but this is my least favourite one of them. It's very stylish, and it's got Tandy Newton in it, which is always a bonus. But, as I say, I mean, it's still a good film, but it is, in my opinion, the weakest of them all. This is not another teen movie, this is a US DVD. I think this was one of the ones where it was out in the US before it was even in cinemas over here. So I bought it from playusa.com. It's sort of a spoof of... well, it's not sort of, it is a spoof of all the teen movies like the American Pies. Cruel Intentions gets spoofed in here. All that sort of, you know, She's All That and how, well, you know, all that genre anyway. Both the comedy ones and the more romantic comedy ones. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's got the beautiful weirdo, the pretty ugly girl, the popular jock, the token black guy, the obsessed best friend, the nasty cheerleader, the foreign exchange student, the perfect girl, the desperate virgin, the wannabe, the cocky blonde guy, the sensitive guy, the cruelest girl, and the stupid fat guy. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. This is Monsters Inc. I'm sure you're all familiar with Monsters Inc. It is a classic, as most Pixar films are. And this is a strong DVD. It's got lots of extras on it. Short film, a special Monsters Inc. short film, the one for the Birds one that preceded it in the cinema, outtakes, commentary, lots of making of stuff, all sorts. But yeah. This is Zoolander. I enjoy Zoolander. It's not really, I'm not a massive fan of Ben Stiller, but I can watch and enjoy this. But I haven't bothered watching the second one, let's put it that way. This is Muppets from Space. I love the Muppets. This is a good Muppet film. It's not a great Muppet film, but it's a good Muppet film. It's got an excellent commentary where it's done like... oh, what's it called? Oh, I can't remember what it's called, the TV series that does it anyway on cult films. But it's where it's got the silhouettes of who's watching it as they're talking on the screen. But of course it's the Muppets talking about it. But yeah, Muppets from Space. This is the Ben Stiller film that I can easily watch and really enjoy. This is Mystery Men. This is a great, great film. So Hank Azaria, Claire Forlani, Janine Garofalo, Eddie Izzard, Greg Kinnear, William H. Macy, Lena Olin, Paul Rubens, Jeffrey Rush, Ben Stiller, Tom Waits, and many more. So they're superheroes, but they're not very good superheroes. They've got weak powers, and they end up there trying to fight. You know, they're trying to be superheroes, if you like. So they team up anyway to combine their powers. But it's very funny. Really good film. This is Nuns on the Run, classic British comedy from the mid-80s. Have I got a year on it? Not that I can see. Written by Eric... no, he didn't, no. Written and directed by Jonathan Lynn. Classic British comedy director. Eric Idle and Robbie Coltrane are two thugs who work for a local gangster. They want to leave, so the gangster sort of said, you know, you can't leave, you'll be killed. So they go on the run, and they end up hiding in a monastery as nuns, basically, is the plot. But it's just very funny. brilliant performances by Eric and Robbie Coltrane and Camilla Coduri as well. Yeah, it's a really good film. This is Once Upon a Time in Mexico, so this is the third of the El Mariachi trilogy. El Mariachi, Desperado, and then this. The weakest of the three. It has its moments, but it's certainly not as good. I mean, Desperado, I think, is pretty much a perfect film. El Mariachi, obviously, is a low-budget precursor to that. Similar plot. But that's its charm, if you like, its low-budgetness. This, they've sort of tried to cram in too many cameos, and it doesn't quite work. As I say, it's enjoyable, but it's the weakest of the three. This is Paradise Lost, which has got another name as well, but I can't remember what it's also known as. It's a group of, I don't know if they're late teenagers or early 20s, but, you know, that sort of age. They go to Brazil, or they're in Brazil and they get stranded in a beach town. And then they discover that there are things going on that shouldn't be going on, without spoiling too much, but it's pretty much a horror, really. I basically bought this because Melissa George is in it, who I adore. But yeah, it's a good film. This is South Park Bigger Longer Uncut. This is the film, obviously. This is another one where it was out on DVD in the States before it was in cinemas over here, so I imported it. I'm sure you're all familiar with this. If you're not, you should be. Even if you're not a big fan of a TV series, I think you'd enjoy the film. It is very, very funny. Yeah, really good. This is The Withering of Mrs. Holroyd. So this is a BBC production of a D.H. Lawrence book from 1988. It's okay. It's very well acted, Zoe Wanamaker, Colin Firth, sort of the leads in it, but all the cast is good. Stephen Delane as well, from Game of Thrones. But the reason I bought this is because the bonus feature is The Rainbow, which at the time wasn't out over here. A few videos back I showed you the UK DVD release of The Rainbow, which is a series I absolutely love. So this was a BBC America release, which is an import, but at the time it was the only way to get The Rainbow on DVD, so that's why I bought this. It's just a double-sided DVD. I'm pretty certain that the release over here of The Rainbow is on 2 discs, so I think it's a better bit rate as well. This is Bridget Jones' The Edge of Reason, the second Bridget Jones film. Really enjoyed the first. This one was good, but not as good. Haven't bothered watching the third one yet. I will do eventually. But yeah, I'm sure you're all familiar with these films. Rom-coms. Funny. Good cast. Yeah. Another Pixar. This is WALL-E. Again, I'm sure you're all familiar with WALL-E. One of their really, really, really best films. Very atmospheric. Lots of long periods of silence. But really good film. Yeah. Loads of extras on this as well. This, I think I won this. I'm pretty certain I won this. Might be an Empire magazine. One of their online competitions. This is A Very Long Engagement. It's not the sort of film I would buy. It's a Jean-Pierre Jeunet film starring Audrey Tautou. It's a bloody good film. I'm glad I won it. I really enjoyed it. It's set in war, in the First World War, I think. Yes. Or partly, anyway. So So Audrey Tautou plays Matilda. So her fiance was in the Somme, and 2 years later she still hasn't seen him, but she's never received notification that he's dead. So she goes looking for him. But it's a very beautiful film. Quirky, as you expect. It Jean-Pierre Jeunet also directed Audrey in Amélie. So, you know, it's that sort of quirkiness. Brilliant performance by Audrey, though. So, yeah, just really, really good film. Highly recommend it, as long as you don't mind subtitles. And finally, we have The Monkey's Mask. So Susie Porter and Kelly McGillis. Let me get this right way around. Character-wise, I think Kelly McGillis, yes, is a private investigator. So she's hired to investigate the disappearance of a poet, and she's immediately attracted to Diana, the student's professor. So Susie Porter's character. So they go hunting for the murderer, and it's, you know, that sort of film, if you like. You know, it's typical, not procedural, but, you know, detective trying to find somebody's killer, but with the added twist that there's a lesbian romance involved. It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. So that's it. That's another shelf done. We're getting there on these. Thank you for watching. As I said at the start, previous parts available on the playlist, as will be future parts. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks. Bye.